You're listening to All in the Industry, an independent podcast dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry, hosted and produced by me, Shari Bayer. Since initially launching in 2014, we have broadcast more than 400 episodes, and now we're excited to be on our new platform. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com. Millions already use Built to earn rewards. Now it's transforming restaurants. Learn more at builtdining.com/Shari. Well, hello. Welcome to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, and this is our 443rd episode of this series, which is dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry. Today, I have a special show, which I recorded in São Paulo, Brazil, with an amazing restaurant couple, one who is the chef and the other the sommelier, and I will introduce them fully in a moment. But first, I will start out with my PR tip, and then we'll have our conversation with a speed round, and I'll close out with my solo dining experience. As the founder of Bayer Public Relations, I'm going to tip off the show with my PR tip of the week. So today's tip is to not be intimidated to learn another language. Yes, second or third or fourth or fifth languages can be hard for many and take practice to perfect. Sure, there are some people who have a gift for language and can pick them up very quickly. But for most of us, it can be a challenge and take time. So let's be easy on ourselves when we are trying to learn and skip feeling self-conscious in our attempts to speak at what is not our native tongue, knowing that the more we practice, the better we will get. And let's also remember that everyone starts as a beginner. And if we want to learn, it's our journey and worth the effort. That's my tip today. Okay, so I'm excited about today's show, which, as I mentioned, is from a recent trip that I took to Brazil in the spring. And my guests are wife and husband team, Chef Tássia Magalha and sommelier Daniel Steinle of Nelita in São Paulo, Brazil, a fine dining restaurant which opened in 2021, as well as their other concepts, Lita, their wine bar, which opened in 2025, with more than 400 labels and a bistro-style menu, and Mag Market, their bakery, which opened in 2023, inspired by French patisseries using Brazilian ingredients. As a Brazilian chef known for her dedication, precision, and passion for knowledge, Tássia has been championing female talent and reinterpreting Italian cuisine with local Brazilian ingredients at Nelita, which is named after her mother, Lita, and features an all-female kitchen team. The restaurant first debuted on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants the year after it opened, and in 2025, it climbed to the number 12 spot on the list. And Tássia also received Latin America's Best Female Chef Award that same year. Daniel is a profound researcher, scholar, and wine lover who graduated from the Brazilian Association of Sommeliers in São Paulo and has a Wine and Spirits Education Trust Level 3 award. He has conducted numerous drinks-related research projects with producers around the world, and at Nelita presents a wide-ranging wine list showcasing classics, new products from inside and outside the country, as well as paying attention to natural, organic, and biodynamic wines. My conversation with Tássia and Daniel took place at Lita, their wine bar, which is directly across the street from Nelita. And it begins with me speaking with Tássia, and then Daniel joins in, and he also assists a bit with translation. I'm super grateful to have had the opportunity to sit down with both of them and chat and hear their stories and more about their restaurant concepts in São Paulo and to visit all of their locations. It was really special. So thank you both so much, and your teams as well. And with that, I'm going to take you to Brazil to our conversation, and then I'll come back and share my solo dining experience. So here you go. Please enjoy. Hola, Tássia. ¿Cómo estás?
Hi, Shari. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here in your beautiful city of São Paulo. Can you tell my listeners all of your concepts here in the city?
I'm chef of Nelita restaurant, and we have a wine bar called Nelita, a pastry or a coffee called Mag.
Amazing. And I always like to start when I interview someone how they got into the industry. So you want to tell me where you grew up and when you decided you wanted to be a chef?
A long time ago. 18 years ago, when I finished my college, I started the gastronomy school. I finished and I started work here in São Paulo. Then I was living in Copenhagen and I did internship there for 1 year.
Can you say which restaurant?
I started in the pastry of Summer Birds. Then I worked in the Inglaterra Hotel, Noma, and the first time, these 3 restaurants, because I returned to São Paulo and I worked for more 3 years and I became a chef of the restaurant when I worked. And I returned to Copenhagen and I stayed there for 3 months. And I did the internship again in a Mas restaurant. Yeah. Cado and Geranio.
I'm lucky that I've been to all of those restaurants. They're all amazing. And an upcoming show, I have Matt Orlando, who now has a new restaurant. I had gone to a Mas. So, well, that's amazing. And around what year was this, or how long ago?
My first time in Copenhagen, it was in 2010.
Okay.
And the second time, 2015.
Wonderful. So
11 years
ago.
Yeah.
So after then, did you come back to São Paulo?
After Copenhagen, I come back to São Paulo and I had my restaurant called Pomodori, the Italian restaurant here. I stayed there for 5 years. And then I met Daniel and he worked with me. And I think 1 year after, we opened our restaurant, our first restaurant. I don't know, how can I say?
Rice concept.
Yeah, rice concept. The small restaurant, we had 16 seats and all the menu was about rice.
Nice.
We have this restaurant for 3 years. Then we opened it together, Mag Market. Yeah.
I had a beautiful breakfast there this morning. Yeah. So delicious. Your croissants, your chocolate cake. I would like that every day for breakfast with my coffee.
Thank you. And 1 year after Mac, we start with Nelita. And Nelita is, I think, is our third restaurant in the group. And last year, we opened the Lita.
Right across the street where we are now. I love both the spaces. They're so beautiful, welcoming design, and you have a really nice chef's counter at Nelita, where I've been the past 2 nights. So can you talk a little bit about the concept of Nelita?
I think many years about the concept of Nelita because me and Daniel, não sei como eu posso explicar, que a gente estava pensando muito sobre I started in an Italian restaurant, but I didn't like to have another Italian restaurant in São Paulo because here there are many Italian restaurants because we have the biggest community Italian here in São Paulo. And I would like to talk about my city, about my identity, and about my career. So, I think eu juntei.
You put it together.
I put it together, my base, working with the Italian, with the pasta, with the Brazilian ingredients, Brazilian food. I think I put together these things. And for me, when I thought about Nelita, I would like to show my kitchen because I consider my kitchen very delicate but very powerful. And I thought about the human in the kitchen. So I think Nelita represents exactly my person, myself.
Well, my dinner last night with your tasting menu was exceptional, and it was delicate but yet full of flavor. So I got that from the tasting and the storytelling. Any of the dishes are signature dishes or dishes you never change on the menu?
This menu, for me, it's very important for Nelita because when I decided to talk this storytelling, it was because I need to teach about the gastronomy, about the food for my team. Because the new generation needs to study more about the food, about the history, about the gastronomy. And I think the strong point, this menu, is the broth. All the broth. For me, it's very important. And I think when I cook knows to make broth, it's really, really a very cook. Deu para entender?
Yeah.
Oh, you make delicious broth. No, I'm serious.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
And Daniel does your wine program. So you coordinate together with the tasting menu. How does that work as a couple?
Quer falar você? We think together. After I create the menu, Daniel tastes all this dish and he think with himself and show me. And we talk, taste it together, but all the selection is made by him. Exactly.
I believe he did a really good job. My friends are very happy.
Do you want to talk
add
about
anything to that? About the wine program? Come on in. Join us. Hello.
Hello. Well, I think most of our time together is trying to complement what she does in the kitchen with the wine program, not only the wines, but talking about beverages, right? So we try a lot of stuff together, and after all, we always need her approve. So it's really, in my point of view, it's really trying to complement what she's trying to speak through the food and trying to make that complement with the beverages. So it's always together, this development and trying to get the better of the wine. So the wine program now in Nelita, it's much more about product and not about labels. So we try never to go very often with the most known region. We talk about the history of the wines and the older regions, the new trendies, and trying to, at the same time, educate the guests here in Brazil about the wines, because even though we are a very old country, we still very young in all gastronomy ways. So even in the food and the beverage. So this is a lot of what we're trying to do with the wine program.
Awesome. And here at Lita, you're also doing the wine program and going to see in a little bit what your menu's like, but how do you describe your menu here with the wine? Because it's more of a wine bar.
Yes.
Okay.
But the idea of the wine bar was we sit together and we tried to develop this concept was much more about having in Brazil a place where you have a great wine list with great food. So one of the things that we talked about a long time ago is the sacrifice that we used to do when we went out for having a glass of wine in a good place that had a great wine list, but we had to like make a sacrifice for the food because usually this place they don't invest in the food. Usually there are more snacks or some some tapas that you just like cheeses or some nuts, and we wanted to go a little bit further on that, so a place where people can stay and have a real dinner, but a little bit more informal, so people could share the plates, could like go through a great wine list with a lot of wine by the glasses. And the wine program here, it's a little bit more, it's bigger because we have around 400 labels, and we try to bring wines as not fancy stuff, as it's very common in Brazil because not everyone has access to, but something much more approachable, like easier wines that you can like start to understand what the wine world is. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can go for something more complex, but that's the idea also, like we don't want to raise any flags about like being a natural wines or something like that. We just want to have a good wines and trying to explain to people and educate sometimes what is the wine world, right?
Yeah.
You want to add something to that?
I agree.
Okay, fantastic. Sounds wonderful and makes sense. And going back to Nelita, you also have an all-women chef team, which I assume was intentional. Why? Important to you? Talk about that a little bit.
Because I feeling the need to rising the number of women in the kitchen, the professional kitchen. And I'm a reference for the women that are beginning in the kitchen. So in Nelita, I have this movement because for me, the number of men in professional kitchens, it's big.
Yeah.
And I think I need to change this, and I try to use my name, my restaurant, my history for example, for changes.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. And I met you, or I saw you in Antigua, Guatemala, late last year for Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants, where as part of the accolades, you were named Best Female Chef, which is incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does that mean to you and just accolades in general?
I was very happy, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's for
the team.
For the team, yeah, because these awards represent our job during the years, all the time together in the kitchen, helps each other. And so these awards, it's for them. It's for my team.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I love being part of the celebration. It's really wonderful. And it's great to see you both there. And 2 nights ago, you did a wonderful collaboration dinner at Nelita. So you want to talk a little about that? And it's an annual event you've done, or this was the first time?
Actually, we usually did one. Per year. Usually in the Nelita's birthday anniversary of Nelita. But this year, we changed this. Last month, we did another festejo, another party with the Brazilian chefs. And this 2 nights ago. We did it with other chefs from Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia, and Brazil.
And you want to talk about the overall concept, the menu, and the theme of the event?
Okay.
We organize to show more about the South America, about our cook, our food, and we create together, and I love the menu. Yeah. And usually when I invited a person to cook in Nelita, I didn't make a dish of Nelita. I make como eu falo, abre alas? I make a cover with the bread, the butter, and the convidados, they invite do the specific dish for the invite needs to shine.
Well, it was a wonderful tasting menu, and it was sort of great to see so many chefs in your kitchen cooking together, collaborating from so many different countries coming together.
Yeah.
So it was really wonderful, and I'm so grateful to be here. Before I let you go, 2 things. First, as you know, I did a book called Chef Wise with advice from chefs around the world, and I like to continue getting advice from chefs. So can you share some chef advice, top advice you would give to someone who maybe wants to open their own restaurant or just cook in a kitchen?
Eu queria falar exatamente como persistência.
Have persistence.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you want to have a restaurant, to be a chef, you need to be a persistent. It's very important in this life. I think with the persistent,
Not give up.
yeah, not give up.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, last thing is I have a game. It's a speed round game where I give you choices like chocolate or vanilla, and you get to pick.
Okay.
And I think it will be fun to play with both of you because I want to see how compatible you really are.
Okay.
Which I think you are very
We're gonna
compatible.
answer at the same time.
Well, it's up to you. Maybe
Okay.
ladies first, but
Ladies first.
Okay.
but she might want to hear your answers first. So I don't know. We'll wing it. Okay.
Go with her. First.
Okay, here we go. Eat in at home or eat out at a restaurant?
At home when he cooked for me.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh.
Yes. He's giving me the job.
Okay, so you're eating at home.
I'm eating at home. Yeah, always. Yeah. I think it's a better environment. We got to connect, and this is the time we have for ourselves. So most of the time we pick the wine, we cook together, and then we have a great time. Yeah.
Sounds lovely. How about indoor dining or outdoor dining, like al fresco?
Indoor dine.
Outdoor dining.
Oh, okay. I like this game already. Tasting menu or a la carte?
A la carte menu.
A la carte. Yeah.
Small plates or large plates?
Large plates for chair. Yeah.
Small plates to eat more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Communal table or chef's counter?
Chef's counter.
Chef's counter. Yeah.
Always.
I love a chef's counter. I dine out a lot solo, so it's fun to be able to watch interaction.
And it's her favorite restaurant. So
Yeah.
Chef's table.
Chef's table, yeah.
Awesome. Wine, beer, cocktail, non-alcoholic drink, or champagne? Wine.
Wine for me, but for him, champagne.
Oh, really? I thought you were
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure going to say wine.
I'm here. Look,
Ah.
Champagne.
champagne. Yeah.
When did you get that tattoo? How long ago?
4 years ago,
Yeah,
when we went to Argentina
to cook
to
with
cook
Niño Gordo.
with Niño Gordo
Ah,
that you knew here at the
Yeah,
event
yeah, mhm.
with Germán. And one of the things that we made it in the agenda,
The gift for us.
it was one of the things we were at the event, and then we skipped the lunch to go out to
Get
make
tattoos?
get tattoos. Yeah.
I did a croissant.
Oh,
A croissant.
Yeah, I did a croissant and
And I made it the champagne.
champagne.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't have any tattoos yet. Who knows? You never know what my thing will be.
Yeah. If you like champagne,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put
yeah.
a non-alcoholic drink on my arm, but but that's cool. Okay, a few more. This one is a little more U.S. based, but I know you spent some time in the U.S.
Yeah.
So tipping or all-inclusive charge?
Wow. Tipping.
Tiffany? We had that conversation,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she knows
yeah.
I'm for all-inclusive charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. It's a tricky one.
It is.
That could be a whole show.
Yeah.
How about cooking for your chef friends or having chef friends cook for you?
Have chef friends cooking for me. I love.
I'll bring the wine, yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Bringing the wine is always easier. We just have to open, but if going through that question in the wine world, I would always trying to have someone serving me the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Last few are pâte de queijo or croissant or any other pastry.
Pão de queijo.
Pastries. I
Pastry,
love
yeah.
pastry. I love
Because
pastry.
he loves.
I'm
he
in love
loves.
with croissant. If I could have one thing for
We
the
had
rest of
an
my
officer
life.
inside the Mac,
Yeah.
and Daniel worked there, and he needs to. He
Had to
he
stop.
needs to
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
because he.
I was getting very,
It
very
a
fat.
lot. Yeah.
I was.
I'm like, the croissants are
Every
disappearing by the
day
minute.
eating croissant
And everyone was like,
for
"Whoa."
breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have 6 croissants. Now there are 2. I was like, okay.
Croissant pain chocolat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good, so delicious. I can see why it would be a problem working there. Okay, last two are cheese plate or dessert.
Dessert.
Ooh, dessert. Yeah.
Really?
Dessert.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
dessert.
okay. And last one is Sao Paulo or New York City.
That stuff. I knew that
to
would
me this question because I love New York. It's my favorite place after São Paulo because I'm very grateful with São Paulo because I was born in another city near São Paulo, and when I started to live here, São Paulo, it was very
receptive.
Yeah. So São Paulo and New York are my
Favorites.
my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
And it's always a thing for us because Tássia, if she could go every month to New York, she would go. It's her favorite place in the world. We always talk about that.
And I want to live there for 3 or 6 months because I need to improve my English. It's my
Go.
goal. Yeah.
Well, come visit. We'll hang out, and I'll practice English with you, and you can try to teach me Portuguese.
Yeah.
Try. You could try. It's hard.
Yeah,
Portuguese
we
is
have a deal.
challenging. And I
Yeah.
think your English is great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Would you open in New York City? Would you open another restaurant?
Tell her about the sister.
2023, we went to New York to open and see some venues for opening Nelita there because there were some groups that wanted to take us to New York, and we had some Brazilian investors and everything, but we stepped back because it was a big thing for all of us. We were like, Nelita was just lifting up everything and was very demanding here.
We decided to waiting to
Right here.
yeah. No.
It's that. To be honest, it's different because we just opened Lita, but it's in the front of Nelita.
Yeah, you can get to one another in 3 seconds and look at the other one. It's very close versus a 9-10 hour plane ride.
And we are Virgo, so we like everything
Perfection.
perfect. Yeah, we are perfectionist. Yeah.
Amazing. I love how the sign came into that. I'm a Pisces. I don't know. I think Pisces, we like supporting people, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I realized too that I'm a city person. I love living in New York, but I also love the beach and the water. As a Pisces, I'm drawn to the water. So then I always question why I don't live on the water, but it's good to visit. Okay, well, maybe one day you'll find a spot in New York, and I look forward to you visiting.
Yeah, sure.
I will.
Yeah. But thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to be here and get to experience your restaurants and get to know both of you better. And I'm just really grateful, and I wish you much continued success. And I'll just say, Obrigada. By one word.
You know.
Yeah. Thank you, Shari. It's a pleasure for us to have here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate you visiting.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been a true pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you wherever around the world, New York or back here in Sao Paulo. So,
Yeah, thank you.
muchas gracias.
Obrigada.
Obrigada.
Millions of people use Built every day to earn rewards on housing and in their neighborhood. Now it extends to your restaurant. Built Hospitality shapes how guests are recognized and taken care of. Built's restaurant-facing platform is designed specifically for dining operators to drive loyalty with their guests. It combines reservations, guest preferences, VIP management, and payments into one platform, alongside an agentic concierge that thoughtfully designs and executes experiences around your guests' tastes. When a guest walks in, your team already knows what they like without digging through notes. Built Hospitality works across the entire guest journey, from delivering a complimentary course at the right moment to sending a personalized offer that brings them back. Make every guest feel like a regular and keep them coming back. Built Hospitality is available now for restaurant groups everywhere. Learn more at builtdining.com/Shari. Welcome back to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Tássia and Danyel of Nelita, Lita, and Mag Market, all in São Paulo, Brazil, which I was fortunate to visit earlier this year. And they are all amazing spots and wonderful people. Thank you both so much for taking the time to chat and host me in your wonderful city. It was my second time in São Paulo, and so good to be back, and I hope to return again soon. I'll share details about their restaurants and where you can find them at the end of the show, but now it's time for my solo dining experience. And yes, this week it's at Nelita. Here's the rundown. The location, Rua Ferreira de Araujo, Sao Paulo, Brazil. The concept. This was a special evening at Nelita entitled Festejo Latino, a collaborative culinary event, which we talked about a bit earlier in the show and took place on April 27th, 2026. The special dinner series brought together top chefs and sommeliers from across Latin America to celebrate the continent's diverse ingredients, cultures, and contemporary cooking traditions. The participants included hosts Tássia Magalha and Daniel Steinle, along with Herman Sitz of Nino Gordo in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Juan Pablo and Ricardo Rodex of Casa Las Cujas in Santiago, Chile, Marcia Taha of Arami and La Paz, Bolivia, and Fabricio Lemos and Lucian Aruca of Restaurante Origem in Salvador, Brazil. So why did I go? Well, I was invited, and it was quite a Latin American lineup, so I was really excited about it. Some of the chefs I was familiar with, and some were new to me, and I made new friends. So my experience. So when I arrived, I was warmly greeted, and you could feel the energy already in the dining room as people settled in. And I was led to my seat at the chef's counter, and I sat amongst some other soloists and industry friends. And
The chef's counter was amazing because it was in the center of the dining room and where all the action was at, because all the chefs were jumping behind the line. And I always love watching the plating process and the teamwork that goes behind these collaborations. It's really quite something and truly special to watch the action in an open kitchen. So that was an added bonus to this experience. And everyone was in such a great mood. It was really fun and festive and delicious. And the night flew by. And then after, we gathered across the street at Lita for a little after party in this cute neighborhood where the restaurants are. And it was a really wonderful night, truly memorable and one of a kind. So what did I get? So it was a tasting menu with wine pairings, which I didn't have as I don't drink, but my companions enjoyed those. And some of the dishes included beef de chorizo by Nino Gordo, arroz de centola de Patagonia by Casa La Cujas. And I'm going to stop there because I know my pronunciation of these dishes is not so great. And I'm even giving you some of the shorter names. What I'm going to do instead is I will post the menu online at All Industry. So you will be able to see the names of the courses with each chef that made them, plus pictures of the dishes. And I think that will be much better than me trying to pronounce all the dishes. So look for that. And my take, it was all delicious, very flavorful dishes, great presentations. It all flowed, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience and so very special. So thank you all so much. Obrigada. The ambiance. So Nelita is a long, narrow, cozy, yet sophisticated space. It has a bright green front with a large window facing the street. And then when you enter, you see the exposed brick walls, and there's a communal table up front. And then going past, it leads you to the chef's counter, which has a beautiful white marble, and there are light woods. And then the space opens up a bit into the back with more seating. I'd say it's perfect for a delicious and fun night out in Brazil. Interesting tidbit. So Festejo Latino translates to Latin celebration or Latin party. And I believe they'll be doing this in years to come. So if you can make it next year, I say go. It is a party worth attending. Personal fun fact. So on this trip, I actually passed through Santiago, Chile, and I had lunch at Casa La Cujas, which is a seafood-centric restaurant. And that was really great. And then special to see the chefs at this collaborative dinner in Sao Paulo. And also more recently, when I was in Park City, Utah for Chef's Table Festival, I did an interview with Marcia Taha of Arami, who I met for the first time at this dinner. And I got to go to 2 of her events and sit down with her and hear her story. So that will be coming up on an upcoming episode. The cost of the dinner, including wine, was 1,800 Brazilian real, which is about 350 US dollars. As a guest, I was comped, which I'm truly grateful for. Thank you all so much. Would I go back? Yes. Invite me back next year. I'll be there. Their website is nelitaRestaurante.com.br. That's Nelita. And Instagram is at nelita.restaurant. And if you want to find out more about this specific event, again, the name is Festejo Latino. That's Festejo Latino, Latino. And that's the show. Thank you again so much to Tássia Magalha and Daniel Steinle of Nelita, Lida, and Mag Market, all in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Love spending time with both of you, and I hope I've been saying your names correctly. And also thank you to your entire team, including Giovanna. Obrigada. To find out more, as I mentioned, the website for Nelita is nelitaRestaurante.com.br, and you can follow at nelita.restaurant as well as at Tássia_Magalha, and that's TASSIA_MAGALHAES. And you can follow at Daniel_Steinle, and that's at DANYEL_STEINLE. And their other restaurants are at wine.lita and at magmarket_. Go to our show notes for all that information. Also, you can follow me at Shari Bayer, at Bayer PR, and at All Industry. You can check out our YouTube channel and Facebook page, All in the Industry, as well as my other websites, BayerPublicRelations.com and ShariBayer.com. All of our shows are archived at allintheindustry.com and available wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be Apple, Spotify, or elsewhere. Check out my book, Chefwise, Life Lessons from Leading Chefs Around the World by Fiden, available wherever books are sold. Thanks to Built for their support of this episode. To learn more, visit builtdining.com/Shari. That's BILTDINING.com/SHARI. Thanks to my engineer today, Armin Spendagian. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer. I'll be back soon with a new show. Hope you'll tune in then. And thank you as always for being part of All in the Industry. Bye. All in the Industry is an independent podcast hosted and produced by Shari Bayer. Follow us on Instagram at All Industry and on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, All in the Industry. Subscribe to our show wherever you listen to your podcasts so you don't miss any new episodes. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com.